Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel The Growing Developer, and in this video we're gonna make our own notes application. Tired of using other developers notes application? So here we are. It's a basic concept. It's a basic application where it is just to get you going with a Firestore. Okay, so as you can see that I have some notes. If I click on this note, I can edit the note, I can delete the note, and if I press here, I'll add some title and some content. Of course, if I press on save, you can see that this node gets added to the Firestore, and if I go to my database, you can see that this is the node that we just added. And let's delete this node as well. It's deleted and it's being deleted, and here as well it's being deleted. So that's what we are going to learn in this video. So watch the video till the end and make your own notes application. So let's start.
The growing developer.
Scaffold with just an app bar. Let's quickly go to our abstract.yaml and see what all plugins do we require. So you can see that the only plugin that I require here is just the Cloud Firestore. And now if you want to make this application completely offline, you could have also used SQFlight. I have the tutorial for that in one of my videos as well, so I'll put up the link in the description as well. But here I'm using the Cloud Firestore. Now this project has to be connected with the Firestore, and if you want to know the correct way to add Firestore or Firebase to your project, watch the video in the description. The first video in the description would be how to correctly add the Firebase to your project. And yeah, without wasting any time, let's quickly move on to this. Now this application will get you going with the Firestore, all the CRUD operations. I've already created a video for that, but this is different. But this is different, like more of a practical approach, more of a practical way to explain how, like what is the use of the CRUD operations that we do in the Firestore and how we can use it practically in a real life, right? So yeah, let's first create a skeleton for this. Let's quickly go to our body, and I'm using grid view. Okay, so grid view dot builder, it takes up the grid delegate. So this is sliver grid delegate with fixed cross axis count. Okay, this is very important. So for the cross axis count, it means like how many containers or how many cards you want. So for the cross axis count, I'm just giving it 2, so it will be like 2 rows and others are column. Okay, next is item builder. Let me just get it to a new screen, a new line. So item builder takes up the context and then the index based on the item count, and the index it will render whatever you want. So I'm just simply returning a container giving it a height of 150 pixels and a color of possibly gray, shade of 200. Now important is I should have some kind of margin as well. So from all the sides, I'm giving it a margin of 20 pixel. That is, I want to put a gap between all the containers. Yeah, let's save it. So you can see that I have the containers instead of this 20. Let me just give it 10. And next thing would be the item count. I want to restrict it to only 10 items. So you can see that now I only have 10 containers here. That is about all the nodes, and I should have some kind of button where like on clicking on that I should be able to add the node. Okay, so for that I'm using floating action button. So as a child I can use an icon. It's the like the icon that you get, the button that you get whenever you create a new Flutter project. Okay, so on press of it, simple. So let's save this, and you can see that we have a floating action button here. So here, let's just give it here. Okay, so on press of it, I should be like taken to a new screen where I'll be able to add a new node, and there I should have some kind of title and the content. Okay, so let's quickly create 2 new files. Why 2? I'll tell you. So first file would be add note file. Let's name it as add note. Second file, should be edit node. Now understand, when we are adding the node, we are only adding the addition functionality. That is, I'll be able to add the node. Whenever I'll be clicking on the node, I should be able to edit the node as well. So let's create another file, second file, and name it as edit node. Simple. We'll see what we will do in the edit node. First, let's create the add node screen. So import material package. Then we can use a stateless widget, name it as add node. Okay, so inside it I can use a scaffold abba. I'm giving it empty abba right now because I don't want to waste your time onto writing those stuff, right? Like all the headings and all. Let's quickly go to the functionality stuff without adding any of the title. Inside this actions, I am using a flat button, of course. Okay, on press of it, nothing right now. So as a child, it should be like a text which says save. Simple. Like I'm not putting any effort into the UI right now because it's like I'm more concerned about the functionality. UI you can do yourself, right? You can play with the colors and all. So on press of it, so let's quickly go to a new page. Context route should be material page route filter, and then we have the add note, right? Simple. Okay, so let's say there's and try. If I click on this, you can see that I'm able to go to a new screen. Now here I should have two text field. One is for title and the other one should be for the what do you say, the content. Okay, let me just increase the size first. Yeah, I think that's better. So in my body I'll use a column for children. First thing would be a container, of course. Why I'm using container? Because I will like to give some border to it. Okay, so as a child I'm using a text field. That's it, nothing more fancy. And let's give it a border, or it takes up a decoration box decoration, and inside this I'll have a border which is border dot all. Okay, so by default the border color is black. Let it be like that. So I'll save it and you will be able to see that this is the container that we are having, and the title will go here. So inside this text field I'll have the decoration. Okay, it also have the decoration. It is input decoration, and inside this I have the hint text which says title. Okay, so we have a hint that I want to enter any title here. Okay, that's one thing. Now I'm just going to copy this container and paste it afterwards, right? So now I have two text fields. Second one should be content. Okay, now understand this, that for the second text field I want the second text field to cover entire space. Okay, so first thing, I will wrap this container with expanded widget. Second would be the expanded widget, and then okay, now it's a common question that how to expand the text field to take up the entire space. One thing is to wrap it with an expanded widget, and second thing is we have a max lines property, give it as null, and expands property, give it a value of true. That is, let it be like having max lines. Okay, there's no like let the max lines to be infinity, and the expands, yes, it should be expanding. Let's save this, and you can see that now this is taking up entire space. Okay, now you can always like have some kind of space here. So let's sized box, height of 10 pixels. Okay, so yeah, like this you can have some kind of spacing, and for this column I can wrap it with a container, of course, and then add a margin. Insets dot symmetric. Like this we can have whatever you want. Okay, vertical as well, let's give it 10 pixels. Okay, so this way you can always create your own styling. So next thing is to bind these text field with some controllers. Okay, so for that we have the text editing controllers. Text editing controller, I'll give it as title equals to text editing controller. Duplicate it, it should be content. Okay, so let's just bind them with this. So this is content and then for this text field I have title. Okay, that's about binding it with the controllers. Now thing is that when pressing this save, I should add these values to my Firestore. So for that as well, I should have some kind of collection reference. So collection reference ref equals to Firestore dot instance. We should be using the instance, and then from the collection these nodes. Now all about this I have explained in detail in my previous videos on Firebase. I have a playlist for that as well. So if you want to learn it in detail, you can watch those videos. So that's how we can get the reference of this notes collection that I have. I only have one note here. Let's just delete it so that I don't have anything here. So nothing in the notes collection right now. So on press of this save button, I should have like reference dot add. Okay, now it requires a data in the map format. So in the map format, let's see how we can add. So it should be like title. What should be title? Okay, you tell me what should be the title. Title should be anything that I write here. Okay, so it should be title dot text. From the controller we will extract the text. Similarly for the content, I'll have content dot text. Okay, that's it, simple. Now as soon as we add it to our Firestore, we should be going to the previous screen. So when complete, I should write navigator dot pop. Simple. Okay, so let's try it and see if it works or not. Okay, so for the title, I'll write test title 1. The content, this is a demo content. Simple. So here let me just click on this save. So I save it, and after saving I'm going to the previous screen, and let's see, in my notes collection I have one note here successfully added. Okay, let's try it once again. Click here, test title 2. This is whatever I get. Okay, so let's save it, and again I have the another title and note as well. Okay, so that's about adding it. Now here we have just the skeleton, so let's bind it with the data, the actual data. Okay, so for that what we need to do is we will just simply okay, so we can wrap this grid view builder with a stream builder. Why? Because Firestore exposes us with the streams. Okay, so we have the streams for that. How to do that? Let's quickly create a reference. So final reference equals to Firestore dot instance dot collection. Same as that, we get the collection reference from notes, and as a stream I should have the stream as ref dot snapshot. Again, if you are like anytime like blurry or cloudy about these concepts, you can watch my playlist. I have explained in pure detail. So yeah, anytime. So next thing is, let me just give some types to this snapshot, because it like it gives us more control over the data, and it helps us to get the suggestions basically. So a sync snapshot. So whenever we are having this, whenever we are listening to the snapshots of a collection, it is of type query snapshot. Okay, whenever we are listening to the changes on documents, it is document snapshots. Right now we are listening to the entire collection, so we are using the query snapshot here. Next, item count. The item count should be whatever the length of nodes I have. Okay, so it should be like snapshot dot has data. If the snapshot has data, then only I should have some kind of items, otherwise it should be nothing, null. Okay, so if my snapshot has data, so it should be snapshot or whatever data I have, I will have the list of documents dot length. Okay, so understand this. Now inside this collection, this is my list of documents. So I have two documents, so the length of documents is 2. So my item count should be 2. If my snapshot is not having data for some reason, then it should be 0. That is, I don't want to show any of these cards here. Simple. Now next thing is the child of this container. I want to show first the title, and then I want to show the content. Okay, so for that I should use a column as children. I have some text. Now in it goes, understand this, snapshot dot data dot documents. This will give us the entire list of document snapshot. Okay, so for the first document, I want the title of it. How to get the result of first document, or the document according to the index. Okay, so it should be documents index dot data. Right now, this data will give me this complete map. I only want the title. So how to get the title from the map? Using the key, the title, right? So in my square brackets, I'll write title. Simple. Okay, makes sense. After that, put a comma, and then I want to show the content. Okay, now I'll not go deep into any of the styling of this. So yeah, let's save this, and you can see I only have 2 cards now. This is my title and then I have the content. You can align it using the cross axis alignment and style the title, bold it out, or any of the stuff that you want. Okay, right now I'm more concerned about the functionality again. So when I'm clicking on this node, I want to go to my edit page. Okay, so let's see. I'll go to my edit node page here. Let me quickly create a stateful widget this time. Okay, stateful widget, name it as edit node, right? And I should have a constructor. Okay, so listen, try to understand this. When I'm clicking on this node, I should be able to go to a new screen where I'll be able to edit this node. But to be able to determine which document to edit, I should pass that document from the previous screen. Okay, so I'll name it as talk to edit. Okay, and let's create a constructor out of it. So how to create a constructor? A method with same name as class, and inside that, if you put curly braces, then it becomes an optional parameter, or we can say named parameter. Okay, so this dot doc to edit, that's it, simple as that. Now whenever I'll be clicking on this, I will be passing out the document that I want to edit through this constructor. I'll show you, don't worry. And rest, I can simply copy this build method from my add node, from here till this. All right, I'll just copy this, and this edit node I can paste it right here. We'll have some errors for the controllers and this. So right now I'll just, okay, let's leave it like this and copy these as well. Copy these controllers. because the UI is exactly as same in my add node and my edit node. Okay, so this is the reference that it is asking. Instead of this reference, I will have okay, let's just comment it out. Let's not rush any things. Okay, so I'll just commenting it out, and let's go to my this so grid view builder container. I'll wrap this container with a widget known as gesture structure. You can also use inkwell. Okay, it's totally your choice. And on top of it, I'll go to a new screen. To save some time, I'm copying this and pasting it here. Now instead of add node, I want to go to my edit node screen, right? So edit node, it is asking for document to edit. So doc to edit, inside this document to edit, I'll pass snapshot dot data. This will give me all the documents. Okay, and dot documents will give me all of the documents. I want to pass the document that I'm pressing on it, or that I want to edit. So it should be index. Clear? That's it. So snapshot or data will give me all the list of documents, and from the documents I'm only using that document that I've pressed on. So if I click on the second document, it should be index will be 1, and it should be this document only. Okay, so yeah, let's save this. I've saved this, and let's see if I click here, I'm able to go to this new screen. No errors. Okay, I am able to pass this document to edit, but this text field controllers are still empty. I don't want this to be empty. Okay, so as soon as I go to my new page, as soon as I go to the new page, I want these to change. So my title should become like I'm reinitializing it. Okay, so the text should be widget dot document to edit dot data title. Okay, so whatever title that I have in my document, now this controller or this text field should have that title. Let's just duplicate it for the content as well. So content should be equal to this. Let's save this now. Right, let's go back. I click here. You can see that the title is now changed to whatever I'm passing from the previous screen. Hope you're able to understand this stuff, right? Okay, so next thing is when I am done changing it like this. So you can see that I have updated it. Now if you press on save, I don't need to add it. That's why I've just commented it out. Okay, so I need to write widget dot document to edit, get a reference from that. So from the document to edit, I'm getting the reference, and from that I'm calling update data. Okay, update data, and let's copy this till here, paste it to this way. Yeah, it's everything is same. So update data title will be whatever title I have. So this text field controllers are updated automatically. Okay, and when it is done updated, we go to our previous screen. So let's click on save. If I save it, go back, let's restart this application. I don't know why it has turned black. So yeah, so you can see that this is now updated text. Let's click on the first title. I'll click on, like, I'll just add updated. Let's save this again. So you go back, you can see the title has been updated to test title 2 updated, and in my Firestore as well it is being updated in the real time. That's about the updating. Then let's copy this flat button again and put another flat button which says delete. Okay, now this will just say delete, and instead of this update data, I'm simply calling delete. Delete, simple as that. Save it, and let's see. If I click on this card, I come to a new screen. If I click on delete, I'm going to the new page. Okay, I don't know why it is turning black, maybe some problem in my emulator. So yeah, I want to restart this application, and you can see that I only have one document left. So that's how you will be able to create your own notes application, a basic application, but it will get you like going through the Firestore. So just surprise me with whatever additions you can add to this application. You can always mention me on LinkedIn or any of the social media. I'll take a look into your application. You can also mail me the link of your GitHub repository so that I can check out how you have created your own notes application using Firestore. So yeah, UI stuff is up to you. I'm planning on creating mesmerizing UIs. So yeah, the UI series will be uploaded very soon. So I'll start the series like a daily basis. I'll have some new UIs for 1 week or 2 weeks. So I'm planning on that, but like for the time being, this is what we have created. So yeah, surprise me with whatever you have. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you're able to understand whatever I tried to explain you. And yeah, please like and share this video with your other loved ones and your other colleagues as well, and show me some love by subscribing to this channel. And I promise you to bring and I promise you to keep bringing this quality stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye.